Why I prefer very open and forward communication? I will do my best to answer this question, which is a complex, multiple reasons, which kind of support each other and support multiple of my values. So to be more specific, um, partly because of my own challenges, including executive functioning and understanding communication in general. I need open and a forward communication because this is really the only type that works best for me. And a part of this is because I believe that the way an ADHD brain works is that by nature we are very impatient people. But impatience by itself is not a bad thing. I believe one positive outcome of impatient people is that we could produce things or do things that are more efficient than most other people. And one related thought that I had was I vaguely recall reading somewhere on the internet that apparently the person who was in charge of the admin for the TED Talks was a very impatient person. So that person did their best to make sure these TED Talk videos did not go beyond, for example, like 15 minutes. Um, I don't know if that is still the case, but the reason I mentioned that is I believe that is one positive outcome of people with naturally impatient brains. But for me, I value open and honest communication because this also helps to save time with getting to know people and working together with people as well. And I don't understand why if people have the choice to communicate in a multiple ways and some of those options or one of those options brings you to the same outcome but in less time, why not choose that option? Um, so Saving time is also one thing that can happen from very open and very forward communication. Another thing is that based on my current understanding, I believe communicating very openly and very honestly, honestly all the time, is kind of a form of a therapy. Because if we express ourselves very freely and very naturally, and not obsessing about politeness, then we would be consistently being true to ourselves and less likely to have those risks of like many people who may be passive communicators or people who are engaging in cultures where communication or individuals are very repressed. So at least when people choose to communicate openly and freely, that my guess and based on my own experiences, I believe that can help maintain and improve mental health in some way. Um, other positive reasons that I see for open and honest communication is that um, I believe this helps us to solve problems much better as well. So for example, if we are working in a team of people, and these people are willing to share their feelings and their concerns about various things, then I'd like to think that when we work together, and if we have a clear understanding of what each individual wants and needs and prefers, then together we can find better solutions to help us all our work in a much happier way, and in a much more mutually supportive way. So that is also one extra positive outcome I'd like to work towards as well. Um, and with me specifically is that I have learning and information challenges as well. In information processing challenges as well. So it is much easier to work with open and very direct communication compared to when people send me mixed messages, or they give me very vague comments, or people are being passive aggressive like that is very difficult to work with. I much more prefer people just openly say what they like and what they don't like, and then we can work from there. And this is not so much about needing like black and white communication, but more having things out in the open that is more invisible and more easier to work with and to understand. But at the same time, I also had a related thought that there is nothing wrong with black and white, and quite possibly trying to make things more black and white can also like be a better way of doing things, because why leave things to chance when we can have a more precise understanding of information and things around us. So that's kind of more insight into why I value open and honest communication. Um, and one more thing that might be specific to me is that with ADHD brains, we tend to value stimulation, and this stimulation can come from many sources, including music, or creative hobbies, or creative challenges. But communication is also one place where I get stimulation as well. I believe, based on my current and previous experiences, and so communicating in a very open and very direct way is a kind of stimulating to my brain, because that helps to challenge my ability to translate complex thoughts in my brain into words and sentences that might make sense to other people as well. So that's one reason why I value open and direct communication. Another reason is that when I talk with and interact with people, through the natural process of open and honest communication, this also gives me opportunities to learn more and to understand more about myself as well. And my best guess for why this happens is that if I am talking about myself honestly all the time, that gives more opportunities for other people to challenge my own ideas, to challenge my own understanding, and give me chances to review my own thoughts and see if any of my understanding needs to be updated. So I believe the value I'm trying to express here is that Open and honest communication increases the chances of more opportunities to help with self-learning, self-growth, and improvement as well. And just to be really clear, I am not saying that all people should be forced to talk openly and directly. I do want to respect that all people have the freedom to make their own choices. But in my case, I see so much more value to speaking openly and honestly compared to doing the opposite and being very quiet and being very closed off. And my ability to work with people is partly depends on these other people's unwillingness to be open and to be honest with me. I my ability to work with people depends on their willingness to try or their willingness to give me something that I can work with really well. Um, so those are some reasons, and this is also a brief insight into why I pursue my values, or what are some of the things that drive me, because in my brain I can see all these complex patterns and values and the constructive outcomes from various things, and that is one reason why I approach that with so much energy, if that is the right way to describe my thinking. But um and yeah, and oh, I just remembered one other good reason, is that people who are always honest and are open with themselves can also open up more opportunities to heal. So from a mental health point of view, if people had experienced traumas or troubles in their past, then one of the best or only ways to help us heal and get to a point where we are no longer battling our own demons, is where we can talk openly and freely about ourselves and our past. So that is one reason why I talk very openly and very freely about my own challenges that I have experienced in the past, or still experiencing, because this helps me to understand that better, helps me to accept it, and it helps me to cope with those challenges better as well. Um, and I also thought of another good and positive reason for open and honest communication, but that kind of left my brain for now. Um, um, that and that was such a good reason, and well, I believe that was a good reason as well for the short time that thought popped into my head. Um, yeah, this is one of my challenges with my brain, is that while I'm in the middle of saying a sentence, my brain has already found something else that I would consider valuable to add to the discussion, but because of how much short-term memory consumption is required to not only translate my thoughts, but to deliver my thoughts verbally, and then the mechanics of doing that speaking consumes more of my brain space, and then the brief im impulse or thought that I had suddenly disappears, which I don't like at times, but I also don't want to be upset at myself either, because this is a natural natural challenge with my brain type. Um, hmm. Maybe I can rewind and find where that thought was. So I was talking about healing and how being open is a good way to help us heal from our past pains. And somewhere while I was talking about that, there was some other another reason popped up. Um, hmm. This kind of bugs me because I really want to remember what I said, but I also don't want to spend the next few minutes of this video talking about how I am trying to remember the same thought. So I might try to think about other things for now. That that can be a great a mutual outcome of speaking very openly and very honestly. Um, Although having said that, I am having trouble thinking of more reasons off the top of my head. Um, so I might just wrap up this video very soon. But long story short, where people are. Oh, I might have remembered my thought. That I believe open and honest communication can also increase the chances of stronger friendships and stronger connections with people, because when I listen to other people being very open and honest and very assertive about how they feel and what they like and dislike and why, somehow that creates a magical reaction in me where I believe I can somewhat relate to that person, or I feel more comfortable or more safe with people who are very open and very honest with themselves. And this encourages like stronger friendships and more sharing and more mutual support. So so that is also one value I pursue through more open and more honest communication. But I will repeat what I said briefly, that maybe not all people are willing or are ready yet to be very open and very honest. But there are I can see several values that outweigh any risks, and even as I am saying this, I don't even understand what are the negative things that can happen from being open and honest. The worst that could happen is that people don't agree with me. I'm off the top of my head, and in my case, that in some of those cases where I let go of people, that was actually a positive outcome for me, because me being open and honest brought out people's reactions very quickly, and very efficiently helped me see more of how other people are, and helped me to learn that I might not be compatible with specific kinds of people. And so the mutually respectful thing and possibly the best thing to do is to walk away from these people permanently. So that could be another value of open and honest communication, is that this helps to draw out people's true nature, and helps you to let go of unhelpful people and to discover more solid people connections that you may wish to maintain for the rest of your life. Um, so yes, that's my current understanding. I am not suggesting I am perfect, or I don't believe I am 100% correct all the time. But if what I have said in this video is incorrect, I prefer to listen to some kind of a evidence or evidences that are strong enough to prove me wrong. I prefer to have an open mind, and I'm willing to accept I can be incorrect at times, but I also do not believe something until there is a stronger supporting evidence to that idea compared to my current knowledge and understanding. So kind of like I believe what is considered a best practice in the world of science. So I believe many of the top scientists they practice being skeptical. So they don't blindly believe things at first or with a minimal information. And there is nothing wrong with having faith in a specific idea or belief that you currently have with existing evidence. But my understanding is that these scientists also they also they are not afraid to be challenged, and if more evidence arrives that proves our previous theories wrong, then understandings would be adjusted. But I might be going too off tangent talking about science, but long story short, there are several positive reasons for all people that I can see from open and very direct communication. And I believe these positive outcomes far outweigh the any negative or risks that might happen. And I am not saying people should be forced to communicate in specific ways. I want to respect the freedom of each individual. But if people do choose to be open and to be honest all the time, like I try to actively practice, then my guess is that opens up so many opportunities for things to work so much more efficiently, and for much more mutual happiness as well. Thanks for watching.